Hi everyone, I'm Chef Tom, and welcome to episode 1 of my Neon Sunrise project. For those of you who didn't see episode 0, this is my 65816 based ATX project. In the last video, I kind of talked about why I picked this project to work on and the outline for it. And had mentioned that I had board version 1. Well, now I have board version 2, or 0.2 as it's labeled on the board. I made a bunch of major improvements and also created a better breadboard interface. So the bulk of this video is going to be me talking about the difference between the two different boards and populating the version 2 board. So let's get over to the bench. Notches on these are tiny, but I designed this board so I know where everything goes. What I'm going to do is just get one pin soldered on each of the connectors just to hold it in place. So I'm going to put the 28 pin header in for the SRAM, but not the EEPROM at the moment. And that's because I have a ZIF socket I want to use for the EEPROM, because I'm not quite to the point of sending software via serial yet, because I don't have a serial interface yet. Alright, so we've got all of our pins in here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I definitely want to get these style pads on all of these. I gotta go in and change the designs in Eagle, but we'll get there. Next, I guess we'll do resistors, because they sit relatively flat. And hopefully this time I use the right size for the resistor piece. Last time, pretty sure I grabbed a bigger one, but last time I put it in, I had to put them on an angle, so hopefully I don't have to do that again. But if I do, I know for next time to go even a size bigger. Nope. Still going on an angle. Well, that's kind of annoying. I mean, it's my own fault. It's kind of annoying. So I definitely need to go to a bigger footprint for the resistors on these when I design version 3. I know that's going to change as we go through the project, but for the moment, not having a ton of resistors is kind of nice. So we'll do a bunch of 103 capacitors, because there's a ton of them on this board. It's not meant to be a polarized. Now I gotta check which one he was ground. Those are 40-pin zip sockets. Those are not the ones I'm looking for. These are 28 pins. Now, this is a mix of them. One of which should be a 28-pin socket. Can I put you... Oh no, don't tell me I designed this wrong again. Well, those pins go down, so that's actually less of an issue. If I put this in, pins are so short on this thing. Pad sizing on this, need a slightly bigger hole and a much bigger pad. But I'll struggle with this later. The question was I still gonna be able to fit that capacitor in? And yes, I can fit that capacitor in. So. Alright, so let's pull out the old one. Pretty sure I didn't move these, which means that, one, I need to go in and mark this as in Eagle as a 1 microfarad capacitor that is polarized, and mark which way the polarization goes. You know what I just realized? I had intended to add right here. So it was right off, because I'm only using the USB port for power. Like, I'm using that as my inbound power, and it's not necessary. It's just that was a nice, easy way to do it. There's supposed to be a big capacitor here, like 340 microfarad. There, it's a decoupling cap that apparently never made it into the design. So that'll be another thing for version 3 of the board. Buttons. That's a button. Guess our pots will be next. Do I have... I thought I had a box full of potentiometers around here somewhere. course, the potentiometers I bought and the footprint I used wouldn't match, because why would they match? I mean, I'm sure I can bend this into the right shape. It still leaves me with my zip socket that I'm not looking forward to trying to squeeze in there. I'm legitimately worried these pins may be too big for these holes. I mean, not the end of the world. I can work around that for now and just put a regular socket connection in there. Just really wanted the zip socket, because I don't plan on making another board until I get a few more chips figured out. If these pins weren't so short, I'd put. Will you sit in this? As ridiculous as that sounds. Can I put you in this? I could do that for now. That is definitely a possibility. So we're going to cheat. Maybe just really doesn't want to be the zip socket for my EPROMs. Yes, I cheated. Okay, I cheated. But I really want a zip socket on there. so the idea was, I move this light, probably not long. The idea was I could plug this in right there, or right there, probably starting on 2. And then I can pull off of these to wherever I need to go. So I can pull 5-volt and ground into this power rail, put a decoupling cap in there and go. And anything else I need to pull, I can pull out of the breadboard. So I can route it across here if I need more connections. That's the idea. That's all the sockets filled. So we know, put our zip socket here for our EPOM. I've got a whole pile of these. Which one? 74 LS00N. That would be you. The nice part is, the way I designed this is that these two standoffs will go into other standoffs, which will prop up the back of the board so that the breadboard, it still sits flat against the breadboard. I've got standoffs for all these, but I want to make sure this works first. Who wants to take bets on whether or not this works the first time? I am going to cheat a little bit. I don't have a USB cable sitting here ready to go, but I have my old, I say old, but my alternate power supply ready to go. Let's see if anything blows up. Ground. 5 volts. Well, that's a good start. I don't have an EPROM in here, but so that shouldn't do anything.